Good afternoon, Pisces, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is to go on and give you a reading, which will be valid until the end of this month, ladies and gentlemen. And basically, what I'm going to be focusing on in this reading is, how does your ex really feels about you? Truly feels about you. Okay, and this reading once again is valid until the end of this. To the end of this month. And if this reading resonates as we go throughout it, go on and give it a big thumbs up, guys, if it resonates. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please take a few moments to do so now. Okay, I'm going to use my tarot deck today as already shuffled and illustrated as we see here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go on and just examine the bottom cards here. I selected a couple here. So let's start with the Devil card there. So ladies and gentlemen, this card really denotes an earth type sign, a Capricorn, and it could even potentially denote a Taurus or a Virgo. This card, ladies and gentlemen, is all about, bondage, pessimism, selfishness, and lust. This card represents, ladies and gentlemen, a feeling of kind of being stuck in a situation, a situation or one that is kind of hard, ladies and gentlemen, to let go. Therefore, this card kind of says that your ex still sees you exciting, you know. He or she also sees you as a game player and potentially a manipulator, okay? And he or she feels that having a relationship with you is, or when you were involved with one another, it appeared to have been a more of a love-hate type scenario, you know? And he or she might potentially see this relationship too as being a bit abusive, okay? And one of you might have acted as an enabler to continue addictive behaviors in this relationship, I'm getting, and he or she feels that perhaps you will never change, and he or she might also feel, that perhaps you manipulated him or her with sex, money, or even withhold love to kind of get what you wanted, and this could have worked, kind of vice versa. I'm kind of feeling that there might even, have been some type of a drinking or a drug abuse type problem that lurked around, you know. Alternative to the ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of feeling that one of you might still be financially dependent on the other in some way, which kind of keeps the two of you attached, you know. Yet in any event, the relationship, appears to have been very one-sided, and I'm feeling that your ex, or you're kind of feeling this way. Your ex is kind of feeling that you're feeling a sense of that way. Okay? Let's look at your next card here. We have that Five of Wands, and this card represents a fire sign. It could be a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. And this card is certainly all about, fighting, competition, and unexpected problems, and a lot of struggle, guys. Therefore, your ex kind of feels you are a bit energetic, I'm feeling, and fearless. He or she feels that you kind of want to kind of prove you are the best thing that he or she could ever have. Really, I'm kind of feeling. And, he or she feels you are, in fact, willing to fight for him or her because there are others involved, I'm kind of getting that he or she feels you are also very argumentative and constantly bickering about things, okay? So, in short, he or she feels you kind of want to kind of hold your position in some way rather than compromise, okay? Let's look at your next card here, ladies and gentlemen. We have that Two of Swords there, and this card represents an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. This card, ladies and gentlemen, is really all about, indecisions, delays, quarrels, and in fact antagonism. So your ex kind of feels that you are kind of stuck and unable to make a decision. He or she feels you are vacillating between whether to kind of follow your head or your heart. He or she kind of feels that you are aimlessly waiting for him or her to kind of make a move. Okay, I'm also kind of feeling that, you know he feels or she feels that you are a bit confused and you kind of have a lot of doubt right now, you know, and with having this doubt, it leads to distrust, and perhaps, he's feeling or she feels that you kind of distrust, them right now due to probably what had maybe transpired in the past and you don't even really know what to do. I'm kind of feeling that although your connection with one another seem to have been very intense, I feel that he or she feels that you've decided to just let everything go, in a sense, you know? He or she also feels you are a bit too emotional or even dispassionate at times, and you definitely have a sharp tongue that I'm getting here, you know? And I feel that he or she feels that you might be caught up in an entangled web in some sense, and might be even trying to decide upon one or more lovers. Okay? Let's go on and get started here and look at your Ten of Wands there. And of course, that refers also to a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this card is certainly all about burdens, loneliness, pressure, and even worry. So, although your ex kind of feels you are a very ambitious type person, he or she kind of feels that you are burdened or maybe overworked and a bit lonely at this moment, you know? I'm also feeling that he or she also feels that you are depressed and can't even see, you're having a hard time seeing the trees from the forest. Okay? And he or she knows something is bothering you. Perhaps you feel that uh, the relationship or your connection with him or her is threatened by another person, and it is. It is, in fact. You are right to feel this way, you know? Or perhaps your ex expected a lot from you, which kind of caused you to kind of feel a bit overtaxed. And your ex might even feel as if you may have put work before him or her. Also plausible, ladies and gentlemen, your ex also might feel that you were always tired when it kind of came to having sex with one another. Okay? Let's look at your next card here. We have that King of Wands, and it also connects with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And this card is all about strength, independence, passion, and charm. So your ex kind of still sees you as a generous person, fun loving, and even skilled, He or she sees you as an entrepreneur, very hot blooded and adventurous, if you will. And I feel that, he or she feels you are better able relating to him or her more physically rather than rather than emotionally. I'm kind of getting. Okay, let's go on to your next card. We have that Sun card there, and this card once again refers to a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. So this card is all about excitement, success and glamour. So your ex kind of sees you as optimistic, full of joy. He or she feels you kind of want to reconcile your differences with him or her, but you don't know how, you know? He or she kind of feels that you want to kind of put in effort to kind of make this relationship grow. And you see that you have this competitive five wands here. So you know that there are others, and it's probably more than three that I'm kind of seeing here that might be kind of causing disruption in your relationship. Okay. Now let's move right along to your next card here, just to look at and see, what is in fact hidden in the relationship that you're probably unaware of. And this is a judgment card. And with this card, Pluto's rules Scorpio. So this card is there for all about reconciliation, rebirth, rejuvenation, resurrection, forgiveness, and even a new direction. Therefore, this card shows a cycle ending, ladies and gentlemen, and it also shows a new one beginning. And even, in fact, a secret might also get discovered, which might require some forgiveness, ladies and gentlemen, on your part. Okay? So you just might reconnect, as this card represents an old friend as well. Should you feel this relationship or find it worthwhile to continue. So in short, I feel that this card shows a very good time to kind of redeem oneself and to kind of be on one accord with one another. It's usually more so like the second chance card, that you're going to receive an apology in some way. But I feel that you're going to need to kind of make a firm decision, since there are, looking at your cards here, there are no swords cards in your reading. And it's also plausible that one of you might even care for the other a bit more. Okay, because you don't have any cups in your reading either. Okay, so you might be kind of having rose-colored glasses in a sense, okay? So just to give you a part and advice, I went on and just added up the numbers here that you have in your reading in your basic spread here. And I derived at a quintessence as being the lovers. So as a part and advice to you, this card is kind of suggesting to you that you need to really make a decision, deep within your soul from the bottom of your heart and with your own free will, you know? And although, ladies and gentlemen, you might still feel a bit trapped, try to look at the big picture, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in a more personalized reading, you can certainly contact me at WAT61073 at gmail.com. And once again, if this reading has resonated, go on and give it a big thumbs up. Thanks a lot.